lot of shit's gonna be raised in this interview. Please welcome with us today on the program, Cree Summer.
I'm just happy to hang out with you on purpose. Any chance I get, I'll take it.
We want to talk about and explore the subject of sex in cartoons, feminism in cartoons, representation in cartoons with you today.
My first stirrings as an adolescent girl, or even a pre-adolescent girl, was I had a really weird thing for underdog.
Underdog, underdog.
I told my mother he was my boyfriend.
Oh.
And I would get the underdog comics, and I would sleep with the underdog comics. And I also had a crazy attraction to Plastic Man.
The waiter forgot my fork.
I realize now what I was doing, but at the time, it was just instinct. No, but those are my two really bizarre places that I went.
What is your opinion on how it started and where it's going when it comes to sex in cartoons, especially with representation of females in cartoons?
Well, it's very interesting because being a Black woman, I have had the pleasure of playing a lot of Black characters, but there's just not enough, first and foremost.
You and I usually show up on page 14.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. And yeah, that's a drag. And also just the scarcity. There just aren't a lot of sexuality with Black female characters. We have been perceived as more masculine.
They just reopened the 14th Street skate park. We're gonna hit that
harder.
You keep putting down that tape, and if you cross it, I'll smack you down.
Just not allowed to be delicate or very feminine.
Or desirable.
Or desirable. Unless somebody's, stuffing out to get, something on the secret or on the side, But sexuality of Black women in cartoons is almost non-existent. I mean, I play Foxy Love, who's a nymphomaniac, freaking habit-forming, mistress-solving musician. But she's a caricature, and she's extreme.
Those goddamn dumbass piss fuck.
But you just will never really see a Black, sexy super heroine or those things.
Like a serious one. One that, again, isn't tokenized.
Not in cartoons. I have never really, I'm trying to think of who. I mean, maybe Max from Batman Beyond.
What's that? The results of a compiler program I've written.
About Batman?
Yeah. I needed a hobby, and it beats macrame.
But it was really pushed that she was kind of non-sexual and just a best friend.
The program searches the grid for specific information about Batman.
And then there's the other thing where you just don't get to have your features, which are indicative of your ethnicity.
Right.
And that's a drag. Because if you're a kid at home, it just cements that idea that women are only beautiful if they look like white women. You take a white character, animated, and you just paint her Black, or you paint her brown.
Right.
And then that's a Black character. But what that does to the psyche of a young girl is it says, if I don't have those European features as a Black woman, I'm not attractive.
Right.
And that's another shitty message to give the kids.
Programming at such a young age.
You're telling the boys what looks good. You're telling the girls what looks good.
Or how to act or their place.
Or how to act. It's dangerous. I mean, thankfully and gratefully, it's changing now.
Yeah.
That's because people are waking up, I guess, and the way the world is skewed, people are having to pay attention. Thank God for that white guilt. Who knows how long it's gonna fucking last? I mean, to be honest, who knows how long it's gonna last? So we gotta get in right now. It's just important that, like you, what you're doing, that we become creators. That's the only way we're gonna equalize this, steady this ship. Is if we're creating for ourselves.
Thank you so much, Cree, for joining us today. We are blessed with your presence and your knowledge.
Thank you.